guys, it's Rash Bear. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this look right here. It's my go-to neutral look. It's just browns layered over browns, layered over browns. It's so simple. It's easy. It's one of the looks that I can always go to when I don't know what I want to do. And the one thing that I really love about this look is that you can always pair it with any different color lip color or even a blush color or anything like that, because it's so neutral and similar to your skin tone, or at least my skin tone. You can do reds, you can do pinks, you can even do purples and a nice nude, and it always looks so good with this. So if you guys do want to see how I achieve this look, just keep watching.
Well, hello my loves. So we want to start off with a nice clean and moisturized face, and then we're going to go ahead and prime our face. I'm using Becca's Backlight Filter Primer. I'm just going to go ahead and put some on my fingers, dab it on my face, and then spread it all over my face. Then I'm going to go in with Benefit's Wow Oxygen Foundation. I'm going to put 2 pumps on my hand and then go ahead with my finger, dab it all around my face. So now I'm going to go ahead and with my foundation brush, I like to go ahead and pat in the foundation into my face first and spread it around, and then I go in with buffing motions. So I'm just going to go ahead and buff it all around my face, starting with my cheeks, my chin, and then I also like to bring my foundation down to my neck so that it will go ahead and matches both. So it's not 2 different colors, your neck and your face. Next, I'm going to go ahead and color correct under my eye, as well as color correct my eyelids, because I do have dark circles under my eyes as well as discoloration to my eyelids. So I went in with Sephora's color corrector in the color Melon, and I go ahead and put a couple dabs all under my eye as well as my eyelid. And then I go ahead with my damp beauty blender and press that in all over under my eye and on my eyelids in back and forth motion, and I do the same thing to both sides of my eyelids. I'm going to go ahead and conceal my under eyes, so I go in with Urban Decay's Naked Concealer, and I go ahead and place a line down my nose and then across to my temples, and then I go ahead and fill in the rest and fan it out. This will give me a nice highlighted look under my eye. I also go ahead and conceal whatever I have left on my brush. I go ahead and put it on my eyelids, because this is what I use as my base for my eyeshadows. So I'm going to go ahead and, again, with my damp beauty blender, just blend it all out by doing dabbing motions from the nose to the temples and then back and forth. So now I'm going to go ahead and highlight the rest of my face. So I go ahead and put a line down the bridge of my nose, and then I fan it out on my forehead, a little bit above my lips, and then on my chin. And then again, with my damp beauty blender, I'm going to go ahead and blend that all out so that it evens out my highlight, and most of the highlight is in the center of the face. I am now going to set all those parts of my face that I highlighted. This is Ben Nye's banana powder, which I'm going to go ahead and tap out onto the lid and set my under eyes with. The same thing I did with my beauty blender. I'm just going to go ahead and tapping motions from the nose to my temples. I'm also going to set the top of my eyelids because we put concealer there. Setting that will help also with the eyeshadows blend beautifully, because blending on top of powders is so much better than blending it over the concealer itself. I go ahead and also conceal the same parts of my forehead and nose that I highlighted. I do the same thing, just dabbing motions down my forehead and down the bridge of my nose, on the top of my mouth, and then also on my chin. I am next going to go in with MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish, and I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of my face, and this will also help to blend out my bronzer, which I will show you a little bit later in the video. So I'm just going to go on the cheeks and all the other parts that I did not highlight. Today I'm going to use the Viseart palette in 01 Matte color. I'm going to use that first color there as a base to set the rest of my eye color. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in windshield wiper motions all over my eyelids, back and forth, and pretty much all over my eyelid, as well as on above my crease. This will be a nice base for the rest of the colors I put on afterwards. Next, I'm going to go in with the nice medium orangey toned brown. I'm going to take that, again on a fluffy brush, but a little bit more dense. And I'm going to do the same thing I did, but only keeping it on my crease. So I'm going to go ahead and take it and go back and forth in windshield wiper motions. And then when I see that I have a nice amount of color on, I go ahead and do nice circular motions to help blend that out. I go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, just taking some product on my brush, going in nice windshield wiper motions, and then when I feel that it's enough color, I go ahead and blend it upwards using nice circular motion. To make sure that everything is nicely blended out, I go in back with my fluffy brush, and with a little bit of that first color, I like to go ahead and just put it and blend out so that there's no harsh lines and everything looks nice and seamless. I'm going to go ahead and with that darker brown, I'm going to use another fluffy brush, but more dense, precise fluffy brush, and I'm going to go ahead and just put that in the crease alone. I'm not going to take it any higher than that original first color I put in. I just want to blend it into the crease only. So I'm going to do pretty much the same thing I did in the first step, is just take it in windshield wiper motions and keep blending. And I do the same thing on both sides. As you see, I just take different colors and I keep building it up and doing the same motions back and forth for both eyes. With no additional product on my brush, I'm going to go ahead and blend everything out and make sure everything is nice and blended and no harsh lines. I then go in with a darker color, which is more of a chocolatey brown color, and then I'm going to go ahead on more of a pencil dense brush. I'm going to go ahead and pack that on the outer third of my lid, making sure I have a nice amount of product on there, and then I'm going to go ahead and take whatever's left on the brush and put that in my crease. And the same thing I did with the other colors, I'm going to go back in windshield wiper motions back and forth till I am satisfied with the color and the blending. I am going to do the same thing on the other side, just take some more color, pack it onto the outer third of my lid, and then when I have a nice amount of color on there, I'm going to go ahead and just go in windshield wiper motions and go back and forth in my crease and deepen that crease color there. So as you can see, I'm just going in with the lighter color, and then I keep gradually going darker and darker, and this is what's going to give you that nice smoky eye look, as well as the colors will blend nice and seamlessly. I go ahead and with no additional product again and just make sure everything is nice and blended out. I do not want any harsh lines. Now for my lid color, I'm going to take those two colors that I pointed out there. I like to use one that's a little bit more my skin tone color and then something a little bit lighter so that I have a nice light color on the lid and more darker colors in the crease in the outer third. Just going to go ahead and pat that on my eyelid, as you can see, making sure that I have enough product. And then just going back in with a little bit of that chocolatey brown because I don't want to lose that color on the outer third. I then go ahead with that same medium brown I used earlier, and I'm going to take that on a flat definer brush, and I'm going to go ahead and just up against my lower lash line, just place that there and add some color to the bottom of my eyelids. I'm going to do that on both sides, as you can see right there. I'm then going to go ahead and with that nice, you'll see just in a minute, that nice orangey brown color, I'm going to take that on a nice pencil brush, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend out that first color I put on the lower lash line. I'm going to mimic what I did in my crease to the bottom so everything looks more uniformed and looks nice and blended out. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side as well. I'm going to go in with Max Pro Longwear Eyeshadow in Carefree. I'm going to take that to highlight my brow bone. I'm going to just highlight on the top of the arcs, just a little bit going in, but not too much. I'm also going to take that same eyeshadow color and I'm also going to highlight the inner corners of my eye just to brighten them up so it looks more open. I'm going to go ahead and take Maybelline Gel eyeliner, and I'm going to go ahead and draw out my eyeliner. I like to start in the middle of my eyelid, and I go out, kind of creating a little bit of a wing, but not fully out, and then I go in from the inner and connect it to the middle. So I want to make sure my eyelid has a nice even line before I completely make my wing. And then I'm just going to keep going over it until I like that it's black enough. And then I'll go ahead from the outer corner, I will draw a little line towards my tail of my eyebrow, making a nice wing and then connecting it back. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, start from the middle and draw it outwards with a little bit of wing, and then I'm going to go ahead and connect it from the inner corner to the center and just keep going back and forth and then making a little wing and then connecting it back. Using that same eyeliner and same brush, I'm going to put a little bit more eyeliner on the brush and go ahead and put some eyeliner on my waterline. I'm going to go ahead and do that on both sides. And with any curler, I'm going to go ahead and just curl my eyelashes before I put on a coat of mascara. I'm going to go ahead and coat my eyelashes using L'Oreal Voluminous Millionaire Mascara. I go ahead and do short back and forth motions going up, and I'm going to do that to both sides of my eyes. I'm also going to coat the bottom lashes as well using that same mascara, and this helps to open up your eyes. I'm doing nothing too fancy with my eyebrows. I'm just going in with NYX Tinted Brow Gel and just putting a nice coat over my brows just to keep them in place. I'm going to go ahead and bronze my skin now. I'm going to use this as a contour. I'm just going in with Sephora Bronzer, and on a contour brush, I'm going to go ahead and put that in my cheeks. I'm going to go ahead and start on the top of my ear, going towards the corner of my mouth, and just keep blending till I'm satisfied. I like to blend up. That way it gives you more of a lifted look, and it's not going too far down and contouring the rest of your face. I'm going to do the same thing on both sides, on the other side as well, just starting from the top of my ear to the corner of my mouth and then starting to blend up. I'm going to go ahead and bronze the rest of my face, bronzing my temples and on the top of my forehead, staying close to my hairline. I'm also going to just put a little bit of bronzer on the jawline as well. And for blush, I'm going in with Becca's Blush and Flowerchild. And I'm going to go ahead and just smile a little bit and put some blush on the apples of your cheeks. And then in small dabbing motions, you're going to take it back towards your temple. And I'm going to do that on both sides. I'm going to start on the apples of my cheeks and then small short motions to the temple. And next, I'm going to go ahead and highlight my face with Becca Cosmetics Highlighter in Champagne Pop. I'm going to take that on a nice big fluffy brush and go ahead and highlight the top of my cheekbones on both sides. And then I'm also going to highlight my nose as well. I'm also going to put a little bit of highlight on the top of my lips to give it more of a nice, fuller appearance. I'm going to go ahead and just line my lips. I'm using NYX Lip Liner in Cabaret. I'm going to go ahead and line the bottom and fill it in a little bit, and then start lining the top and then filling it in as well. And for today's look, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipsticks in the color Heather, which is a nice, beautiful, darkish red color. And last, I'm going to go ahead and set my makeup using Urban Decay's Chill Makeup Setting Spray. And that completes this look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe.